Here are 5 signs an INFJ secretly respects you. Number 1. They remember the little things you never thought you said. One of the quietest yet most profound signs an INFJ secretly respects you is how they remember the little things you never thought you said. It's not about grand declarations or headline moments, it's about the tiny fleeting details that slipped out in passing, the offhand comments, the little quirks you barely noticed yourself. INFJs have this uncanny ability to absorb those fragments like a sponge soaking up water. Maybe you mentioned your favorite childhood snack once, or how a certain song reminds you of a forgotten summer. Maybe you sighed a certain way when you were stressed, or confessed a random fear during a moment of vulnerability you barely recognized. They tuck these details away, not because they want to use them as ammunition or small talk fodder, but because in their mind every detail is a thread in the tapestry of you. To them, remembering these small things is a way of showing you that you're truly seen, not just on the surface, but in the quiet spaces of your being. Later, when they surprise you by recalling one of those tiny, seemingly insignificant details, it's a silent message saying, "You matter, I'm paying attention." It's a gesture loaded with meaning, an invisible thread connecting your world to theirs. This kind of remembering goes beyond normal attentiveness. It's emotional data storage, a deeply empathetic act of honoring your uniqueness. It's their way of saying they respect the complexity of who you are, including all the little pieces you might overlook yourself. And in a world where so much slips through the cracks, having someone hold on to those delicate fragments of your story feels like finding a rare treasure. When an INFJ remembers the little things, they're not just recalling facts, they're holding a piece of your soul. Number 2, they open up, but slowly, carefully. One of the most unmistakable signs an INFJ secretly respects you is when they start to open up. But not all at once, and never without care. INFJs guard their inner worlds like sacred temples, filled with dreams, fears, and memories that few ever glimpse. It's not easy for them to lift the veil, so when they begin to share bits of their true self with you, the quiet worries they wrestle with, the hopes they nurture, the awkward moments they'd rather hide, it means you've crossed a boundary few are allowed to approach. It's an unspoken trust, a precious offering of vulnerability. They don't just spill their thoughts casually or without purpose. Each revelation is measured, deliberate, and wrapped in layers of meaning. It's like handing you a fragile handcrafted gift, knowing you'll treat it with respect. They test the waters carefully, watching for signs that you'll hold their trust safely. This slow opening up is their way of saying, "You are someone I respect enough to share my soul with." It's not about needing you to fix or save them. It's about recognizing you as a confidant worthy of their most authentic self. And when they do open up, even just a little, it creates a bridge, a deep connection that transforms surface-level friendship into something profound. It's rare, and it's sacred, and it's one of the clearest ways to know you've earned an INFJ's respect. Number 3, they defend your character, even silently. One of the quietest yet most powerful signs an INFJ secretly respects you is how they defend your character, even when no one is watching. INFJs aren't loud or confrontational by nature. They don't jump into arguments with a battle cry or broadcast their loyalty on social media. Instead, their protection is subtle, careful, and unwavering. When someone talks behind your back, spreads gossip, or questions your intentions, INFJs take notice. Even if they don't say a word aloud, they draw a mental line, a boundary that others should not cross. In their minds, they rewrite the narrative in your favor, giving you the benefit of the doubt when others won't. This silent defense is like a shield they carry quietly but firmly. They might redirect conversations away from negativity, change the subject with a deft touch, or simply hold a steadfast belief in your goodness that never wavers. To them, respect means standing for your integrity, even when it's inconvenient or unseen. It's not about drama or proving a point. It's about loyalty wrapped in deep empathy. They protect your reputation as if it were their own, because in many ways, their respect for you feels personal. So, if you ever sense an INFJ quietly standing by your side, even when you don't ask for it, know that their respect runs deeper than words. They're guardians of your character in the most subtle and profound way possible. Number 4, they notice changes in your mood even when you hide them. One of the most quietly profound signs an INFJ secretly respects you is how they notice changes in your mood, even when you try your hardest to hide them. INFJs have an almost supernatural ability to tune into the subtle shifts in energy, the tiniest flickers of emotion that most people overlook. Maybe you've plastered a smile on your face, but they catch that brief hesitation in your eyes. Maybe your voice stays steady, but they sense the slight weight behind your words. It's like they're emotional detectives piecing together clues that even you didn't realize you were sending. This deep attunement comes from their empathy and genuine care. They pay attention, not because they're nosy, but because they respect you and want to understand what's really going on beneath the surface. They feel the ripple effects of your unspoken struggles and silently hold place for them. When they ask, "Are you okay?" it's not a casual question, it's a moment of connection, a way of showing that your well-being matters to them on a level that transcends small talk. Even if you brush it off, they remember. They carry your emotions with them, weaving your experience into their internal landscape. This attentiveness isn't always visible or dramatic, but it's a steady undercurrent of respect, empathy, and quiet support that runs deep. When an INFJ notices what you hide, it means you've touched something meaningful in their heart. Number 5, they seek your thoughts on a deep topic. One of the clearest signs an INFJ secretly respects you is when they seek your thoughts on deep, meaningful topics, not just surface-level chit-chat, but those heavy, soul-searching conversations about purpose, values, and the mysteries of life. INFJs live in a world of complexity and depth, constantly exploring the why behind everything. So, when they invite you into those inner dialogues, it means they believe your mind and heart are capable of traveling alongside theirs. They trust you enough to share their philosophical musings and emotional insights. This isn't casual curiosity, it's an invitation into a sacred place where ideas, fears, and dreams intertwine. When an INFJ asks, "What do you think about this?" or "How do you feel about that?" they're not just passing time, they're weaving you into their mental and emotional fabric. It's a form of respect that says, "You're more than just a passing acquaintance. You're someone whose perspective enriches my understanding of the world." They want to explore the depths with you, not just skim the surface. Sometimes these conversations feel like peeling back layers, slow and intentional. They watch how you handle vulnerability, how thoughtfully you respond, and how willing you are to engage honestly. Because for INFJs, respect is earned through shared depth and authenticity. So, if you ever find yourself in a conversation that dives into the meaning of life, morality, or what makes the heart ache and soar, and the INFJ is genuinely listening to your take, know you've entered a rare and honored space. They respect you enough to invite you there. These videos will be really helpful for you.